here we go. I just need a small break from Subnautica. Not that I don't want to play it, it's just today, not feeling it. Yesterday I was honestly just too tired to stream. I didn't have it in me to like put that energy into, you know, entertaining basically. And today I was kind of like busy as well. I mean, I had the day off. Luckily, it's like a 4-day weekend, but at the same time, I was pretty out and about, picking up some things. I had to go out and get Sparty some stuff. I got him some food, some treats, and then also some toys to play with. So, we'll hopefully play with. The idea is because I need him to wear down his beak, so I got like some chewing toys. Then I went to the store to try to find a dress for Christmas Eve. I just couldn't find anything, and honestly that annoyed me. And then oh god, because it's the day before Christmas Eve, you know, the line, you know, it was super hectic. I don't know why I thought it was a good idea to go to the store, but yeah, shame on me. Yeah. Your health first, thank you. So today, like, I was thinking about it, I was like, do I want to play Subnautica? Like, knowing how I am right now, I mean, sure, my energy is better, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't think I have it in me right now to stress out in the level that I feel when I play Subnautica. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad stress, but at the same time, it does wear down on my nerves a little bit because of how, I mean, the game's freaking scary when you're in it. So I thought, okay, let me just try playing a relaxing game. Even Crash Bandicoot, because no, I take that back. The real reason why I didn't put up Crash Bandicoot is because I realized, shit, I didn't put it in there, didn't start up the game. It's probably gonna drop like a freaking huge ass patch or some kind of update or whatever on it, and it's gonna take forever. So yeah, I was like, no, not as much as I want to do Crash Bandicoot as well. It's my fault for not prepping ahead of time. I think tonight, once I'm done streaming and just done for the night, I'm probably gonna like boot up the game on the very, very likely chance there is a patch. I mean, it did the same with Spyro the Dragon remake trilogy, so I'm gonna assume it's gonna do the same for Crash Bandicoot. So I'm gonna let that run overnight, so that maybe, like, I don't know, I mean, I really don't know how I'm gonna be feeling on Christmas Eve and on Christmas Day, because I'm gonna be out and about with my family. Now see, the thing is, I come from a divorced family. They divorced when I was 13, going on 14, I remember. Yeah, barely gonna start high school. Yeah, all that good stuff. And that's when it happened. My parents... It was honestly something that was gonna wait to happen, honestly. If it didn't happen when it did, it was gonna eventually happen further down the road, so yeah, because of the divorce and, you know, court orderings and how time was meant to be split and all that, we basically, me and my siblings, like, we kind of got into, like, the tradition of, like, for example, like, for Christmas, like, Christmas Eve is always with my dad, Christmas Day with my mom. In terms of Thanksgiving, it's usually the actual Thanksgiving Day with my dad, and the Black Friday with my mom. And then recently my mom, like, I think it was about a year or so ago, no, 2 years ago, I don't know. I think it was when I was, like, the last year I was living with her before I moved out, she had it in her to have, like, this, she got all uppity about, oh, I want to spend a Thanksgiving with you, why do you always have to go with him? And then she kind of put us in the awkward position of making us choose between our two parents on who we were going to spend Thanksgiving with. Eventually, I mean, this year I basically told her off. I'm like, no, I'm not doing this shit anymore. I'm done with it. I even told her, I should have told her it was stupid that she was doing this. And she actually kind of like backed down on that, so yeah. Good old speaking my mind is actually doing shit. Okay. Oh, that's right, we were doing things with Briarden. I forgot. I've been so busy leveling machinists that, yeah. And obviously that's kind of going slowly. Oh, I'm at level 72. I'm level 73. Nice. But let me see. Honestly, we should probably do that. I haven't really finished that storyline at all, and it's new to me. Initially, I wanted to do like leveling up another job because we do have Arcanist on the dock, and so does what's called Rogue. But let's do this. Let's do this little storyline with our good buddy. But anyway, at least I got all my Christmas shopping done and all that. Today today was actually a clutch delivery because I ordered something for my sister, and that sucker came in at 3:30 today. Wait, where's Briarden? Oh wait, yeah, that's right, in the freaking cathedral place. Wait. Yeah, he's there. Okay. Whoops, close that. Da, 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 da. I got my sister a like Korean skincare thing. Honestly, it's really freaking good. I got one on Black Friday when it was like, you know, all the deals going on, and my cousin had got me an Amazon gift card for my birthday in that month. I'm a November baby. So yeah, like I used the gift card and I got this Korean skincare. It's called SNP Peptaronic. Honestly, it's really freaking good. I got like the set of it. It's like normally it's like $50, like almost $50, like $49, $48, whatever. But the day of the day of Black Friday, it was down to like 30 something dollars. It was under 40 basically. So all I did was pay like $1 or $2 out of pocket for, you know, just the shipping and handling, and wham. And I tried it out. Oh my god, it leaves your face so like hydrated. It's so good. I love it. I love how my skin feels after I put it on. Wait, where the heck's Briarden? Did I pass him? I think I did. I just used the soap bar. Oh wait, he's down here. Shit. Now then, before we proceed, might you both tell us a little about your students, father? My apologies. Saturnois? I think, I don't know. I'm Father Saturnois. I know their names are French, so I don't know how to pronounce French names, I'm sorry. In addition to teaching the fundamentals of Hellenic polity, I also oversee fundraising for the stipends of underprivileged students. Oh, so you give them like a scholarship? Well, I would like to help you. I think my opinion would not do them justice. I would suggest getting to know them yourselves. I feel the same. Wait, is this a girl? Yeah, it's a girl. Okay. Wait, is it? Yeah, she is. I feel the same. The way in which people speak in front of their instructors is not the same as amongst themselves. In my 10 years of counseling, they have minded their etiquette and are not but cordial to me. However, I can recommend one of my students who is quite vocal. Mayhap you try speaking with the dormitory prefect. Arcombadan? Oh god, these names. Given his closeness to the students' social affairs, he may also be able to give you insight into what they talk about. Arcombadan. Ah, yes, the silver-haired boy. The son of Hazamael, as I recall. Oh! The snob. We shall heed your suggestion, Sister Gatel. Or Gate, whatever. Given his duty and status. Alright, off we go, Briarden. Next step in the investigation. Oh yeah, by the way, Briarden has a girl in prison that he's waiting for. It happens in the Hildebrand, yeah, storyline. Well, I have little interest in noble bloodlines. I am not familiar with the Count of Dizamail sons. Honestly, I just think everyone from freaking House Zamail is a bunch of snobby jerks. What'd she do? Well... Alright, just let me know. Do you ever intend to play this game? Because I don't know if you want to be spoiled on that or not. If you don't care, then I'll say it. In the meantime, while I wait for a response, I'm going to read this little dialogue. Has no one ever told you that brandishing weapons is frowned upon in places of enlightenment? That is unless Lee has sent you to stir up more trouble. Excuse me, I don't have it out right now. Rest assured that my associate inspector draws her armaments only to resolve troublesome situations. Nope, I don't play Nintendo. Okay, perfect. Alright, so basically what she did... She basically stole a bunch of relics. It was basically a double team with her and her sister. They worked together ahead of the inspectors, Briarden and Hildebrand. And they were getting all these relics... And then toward the end, basically, they were going to unleash a disease on the people of Ul'dah. For some kind of like, I guess because there was another city-state next to Ul'dah called Silde. And Silde kind of lost the war, I guess, or whatever, against Ul'dah. And yeah, I guess they were like from Sildan lineage of some type, I don't know. So they were gonna unleash this zombifying kind of disease that would kill people, obviously. Yeah. And luckily it was stopped, but obviously she and her sister got arrested for it. But at the same time, you know, because she was working with Hildebrand and everyone as an inside man, sort of to help, while her sister was the one, you know, basically laying in wait and stealing the relics after getting the clues or tips from her sister. Briarden kind of ended up getting attracted to her over time. I think it was especially when she saved his life. She didn't have to, but she did. She saved his life from being blown up, basically. There were some explosives involved, yeah. And she saved his life, and then I guess from that point on, he kind of was like gaining an interest in her. And then when she got arrested, basically, you know, for all the shit that she did, he was like, listen, no matter how long it takes, I will wait for you. If you're, you know, if you will have me, basically. And, you know, she was moved and everything, so she's like, okay. She's like, honestly, that gives me something to look forward to once I'm done. serving my time. Bad person, good person, drama, romance, yes. It was pretty sweet. Let's see. Oh yeah, rest assured that my associate inspector draws her armaments only to resolve troublesome situations, not create them. Sure, in this situation we'll agree with that. We merely came to ask of your well-being and your expectations for the future. Under the auspices of the headmistress, I am sure. Very well. I l'abresor de Bonfort de Has Bonfort. I didn't mean to say it like that, but it just came out that way. In service to House Zamail, present to you our Commandant de Zamail. As prefects for the Scholasticate dormitory, we are responsible for keeping the peace between our fellow seminarians. Wait, weren't you the guy that was like tossed that book the Theo guy had? correct me if I am wrong, but are you not the foreigner who went to rather great lengths to expose the Archbishop's falsehoods? Not that I went there, it's just that it happened to lead me there. Responsible for the re-evaluation of the entire curriculum? Well, I mean, yeah, that's me alright, I guess. Quite the resolution, that. And for what? Every great nation's history is marred by the sins of the past. Alamigo, Ul'dah, Limsa Lominsa. Please. Each was built on a foundation of lies and blood. Ugh. Damn, this dude's straight up calling them all out. And yeah, he's not wrong. I mean, like I said, Ul'dah and Silde had their war, and Silde lost, and Ul'dah basically rose to prominence because of that. Limsa Lominsa was founded by pirates who basically invaded the Kobold land. And eventually they made a treaty, which even then, freaking the Lominsans went back on it and betrayed them. And then Alamigo, from what I remember, I think the Highlanders are kind of like assholes, honestly. And then they had the freaking Mad King for a while ruling over them. And then after the Mad King got overthrown, then they got invaded by the Garlean Empire. And they got conquered. Damn. Oof. Which is not to say we elites should not learn from these mistakes, but we who have served as shepherds of the people for 1,000 years have a duty to maintain order through the preservation of tradition. Would a Wainwright cast aside his father's best cart when it has but a broken wheel? Indeed. Archambanon and I have said as much to those who support a more radical approach. The last thing we need is young seminarians running about crying for reformation. I see. So you both have been quite active in convincing the other students to see things your way. How have you fared? 'Tis hardly a daunting task. Many seek comfort in consistency. Sister Gatel has tasked us with bringing back the students who took leave. Why not let our results determine how persuasive we are? I thank you, gentlemen, for your cooperation, and wish you the best of luck with your efforts. Now then, Sari, if these students are bringing back their truant peers, there must be others who are doing the same. Let us split up and seek out the participants. Oh wait, some students were actually leaving? Man, they're like, man, fuck this shit. And you know what? It's probably the rich ones that freaking backed out. They're like, my parents can pay for whenever I want to come back. Whatever, I'll drop out. Alright. Oh shit, I should have gone down this side. Alright, there. Found someone. Smiling seminarian. Lascivious lass. Man, the freaking Ellison girls have like a really nice hempen top. That's pretty. I like the sleeves. I do like that the hempen camise is like very unique between each race. With the Mikotes, this is basically what we get. Hang on, I'll show you. I have a gland that uses exactly that. Basically almost like a halter top, but it's like no cleavage or anything like that, but it's like no back, very low back. And no sleeves, of course. But yeah, that's the hempen camise for the Mikote girls. The freaking Highlander girls, as I admit, I like it. I don't know if we could ever, maybe we might find a lady walking around with that top, but it looks freaking good. Them and the Roganen girls also have the Roganens have a good top too. It's all the taller women. No, Viera are kind of so-so, honestly. A new exotic flower graces us with her presence today. Exotic flower? Wow. No one's ever called me that. Well met, my dear. And what am I, chopped liver? Huh, he was looking at me until you showed up. Hey, I know everyone has a thing for cackles, but I'm not here for that. Oh, I see. So you're helping Inspector Briarden. A pleasure to meet you. I am Carnaval de Mantini, but you may address me simply by my first name. I'll call you Cram. So it brings you to the pillars. Could it be you're to observe how we go about convincing Truett seminarians to return? Then by all means, let me show you how it is done. Sure, you're being pretty friendly. I must admit, I find many of the other students rather intimidating. But thanks to Cram, I'm considering returning to the Scholasticate to resume my studies. We were just discussing the responsibility that Highborn have to redress the imbalance of the Phoebe's love with all men receive, and by the balance of her spear will all be set free. So it is written in volume 11 of the 72 Articles of Hellenic Polity. Equal under her ever watchful gaze. Ah, would that you graced our halls with your presence once more, that I might favor you with mine own gaze. I fondly recall seeing your lovely face always buried in that tome. Oh, Cram, you did notice. I thought to pen a lengthy treatise on it, but I could not make two once the volume vanished. The volume? Oh wait, wasn't that the one that the guy freaking threw in the fire? Oh, so you helped Matthew by searching for that tome. With how relevant the content has become these days, I suppose it is not surprising it would go missing. In any event, you've convinced me. I will gather my things and return to the dormitory straight away. Why do all guys look emo? Yeah. It's the Square Enix haircuts. Don't worry, I think pretty sure there's bald as one of them. Yes, that is the way. One must seize the moment and act upon one's convictions. Life is but a fleeting, fragile thing. Wouldn't you agree, my dear? Those are also some nice boots she has. Wish I could see what they were. Well, I've done my part in guiding a little lamb back to the flock. And now to celebrate with a well-deserved nap, I bid you both farewell. I am an exotic flower. And then again, in a place where they're all like bunch of like hearers, basically humans, and elves, I think seeing a Makode running around would be exotic. Alright, where is the other students? Oh, it's Theo and Lee. Sari, it's good to see you. Find the good fight, Lily? You're damn right. Oh, hello, Sari. Lee and I were just about to visit our friends in Foundation and try to convince them to return to their studies. That fall broke her back. Yeah. If it's not your legs, it's your back. It's been difficult since we aren't exactly held in high regard right now. The dormitory prefects have made sure of that. We must do all in our power to motivate our friends to come back to Scholasticate. Then we can strive for high marks together. Right, and then we can convince our peers that we are just as worthy as any highborn in the clergy. They will welcome us with open arms, and all will be well in Ishgard. If our confidant and his cronies receive the Scholasticate's endorsement, no one will ever listen to us. We can't let them take the Trinity. I would rather not think of it that way, Lee. Let us just focus on bringing back as many people as we can. Well, that's how the Highborn are thinking about it. The more vocal we become, the more they will see us as a threat. That's why we have to stick together. Good idea, Leah. You actually have a way of thinking that actually gets shit done. Oh wait, I'm not even getting experience for this, huh? It's just like... it's just money, right? I'll find out soon enough. Alright. Off we go in here. Guess the homeboy's inside. Oh hey, the gang's all here. Hey, wait a minute. Weren't you the one that fell down like a nerd? All these people are making me nervous. I mean, I was not able to bring anyone back, so I'm not even part of the competition. But even so, I hope that Theo did well. Oh, and this is the other girl. Curious about the result? I can't imagine why. I see no reason to expect anything surprising. I still can't get over that scene where, yeah, like this guy was on the ground and he looks up and he sees her and her. Just like the Pepe meme. Or is it Apu? One of them green frogs. With his food all spilled on the floor. Right then, let us see how competitive these students truly are. Alright, let's scope them out. It brings me joy to see so many of our brothers and sisters return to the Scholasticate. Sister Cattell, the floor is yours. Alright, this dude just had to step forward and do that, huh? Thank you, Arcombadan. I will now announce how many of our stray sheep each student persuaded to come home. Both Theomacent and Lee were able to bring back one student each. Jean-Che guided two back into our arms. Arcombadan and Lebrasseur were each able to convince 3 students to return, the most of all. Excellent work, all of you. Wait, it was just 3? And somehow that was like a lot. I was really expecting like, I don't know, higher numbers. At least like 5 plus. Oh, yeah, what about the one that's Cram brought? He got one, didn't he? I like how my character did a face right away. Sari did a face. Oh, is this true? Are we missing someone from the count? The girl you speak of has formally withdrawn from the Scholasticate. Apparently she was not at all enthusiastic about returning as she led Cram to believe. Mayhap she chose to play along so that he would cease his harassment. Oh. I don't know, she seemed kind of moved at first. She's like, oh, you noticed me when she was attending. Why would she change her mind? Perhaps it was for the best. She rarely engaged her fellow students, instead choosing to sit alone and read the articles of Hellenic polity. Given the recent revelations, I suspect she became disillusioned with the faith. Senpai noticed me, yeah. Instead of a school like an evil organization, it's black and red. It's not often that you see black and red as a school uniform. And I remember like all of us at that one anime, Blood Sea, where they were like that they even pointed that out because all the freaking made up school that they made or whatever or something, they have black and red uniforms. And toward the end of the anime, they're like, yeah, pretty weird that it's black and red uniforms. And then someone said maybe it's just to hide all the blood. Yeah. Strange you would say that, Labrasseur. Well, last I spoke with her, Ula was quite interested in Volume 11's equal under her ever-watchful gaze passage, one that you and your master would sooner pretend did not exist. If she were the victim of a harassment, I'd rather expect it was at your hands. Oh. Are you implying that we had something to do with it because we did not share her views? What rot. You dishonor yourself and your house with such baseless accusations. Rather you would if aught remained of your house to dishonor. Oh shit. I yield, good sir, I yield. I lack the qualities the Honorable Lord Arcombadan possesses, which enable him to deliver such observations. Well, if Ula has withdrawn, then I must mourn her departure. By walking through the dormitory's halls, reciting the excerpts from volume 11. And how do you intend to do that? Volume 11 of the Articles of Hellenic Polity has been missing for some time now. Oh shit, sorry. Didn't mean to press that. The tomes themselves are inconsequential if one has taken the words to heart. How fortunate we are that the wisdom of our forebears is not so easily forgotten. Would you not agree? Damn, got you there. Such impudence as befits a sick son. For all his failings, his father was wise to send him away. 6 sons, damn, that dude, his dad is busy. At any rate, we are blessed that this handful of children have returned to us. Surely, it is the Fury's will that we overcome these trials and tribulations, and move forward with a singular vision for the future. Something's not right about this. A student with a keen interest in a controversial precept who withdraws without explanation. It seems rather odd to me as well. Mayhap it is worthy of our attention. I agree. Oh, I am just getting money out of this. More than meets her eye. Glances at you, adjusting his spectacles. I will do the same right now. Adjust. Siri, were you present when Cram spoke with Ula? Yeah, I was right there. He was talking with her and some other Elzen girl. So she was indeed enthusiastic. Oh, sorry, it was her. So she was indeed enthusiastic about returning to Scholasticate. Then why did she instead decide to withdraw? Cram all but accused our commandant of having a hand in it, as well as the disappearance of this volume 11. Not more than slander spoken in anger, perhaps, but the situation does merit further investigation. We look forward to results, Inspector. Mistress, if I might have a word with you in private, pray meet with me near the plaza in front of St. Raymonad's Cathedral. Okay. The plot thickens. There definitely feels like there's some kind of conspiracy underneath it. I mean, not with the actual running of the school, but with the way the students are, like, handling things here. Oh, it's Theo. And Lee. A Commandant and Labresseur are truly impressive. If they were able to bring the most students back to Scholasticate, they surely have a way with words. Would that I had such skill. Theo can be so thick-headed sometimes. He doesn't realize that all those students our Commandant and Labresseur brought back will make our lives a living hell. At least Father Saturna understands the stakes. Does he? Thank you for coming, Mistress. You're already acquainted with my 2 best students, Diomacent and Lee. Oh, so these are your best, okay. Yes, I've met them before. They have sought my counsel in their quest to obtain the Trinity seats, and I have been more than willing to oblige them out of a desire to ensure that all students are given equal opportunity. I am not blind to the machinations of our highborn students, after all. I know not what our Commandant and Labresseur have said to you, but I advise you to weigh it carefully. You witnessed their treatment of a fellow highborn student, did you not? Then it should come as no surprise that they regard their lowborn peers far more harshly, discriminating against them with whatever means at their disposal. Those 2 believe that less fortunate students lack the potential to become great clergymen. But if Themis and Ali can obtain the highest marks to secure their places within the Trinity through their hard work and virtue, then these misguided beliefs will be proved wrong. Even if we were to succeed, what difference would it make? Those who disagree will not be so easily swayed, and those who sympathize will be reluctant to speak out for fear of reprisals. Then you must find allies who are fearless, who do not flinch in the face of threats. Mr. Sa, have you come across any who fit that description? I mean, Cram definitely did not, like, back down. If anything, he, like... Yeah, he yielded, but he wasn't afraid. He spoke his mind. I thought so as well. He seems to treat everyone the same. And he defended Ulal's honor at the assembly. The highborn lecher? who skips out on the sessions and can't even stay awake for the ones he attends? Theor, you're daft. If he did decide to help us, I wouldn't even want it. A lecher? He sure loves the ladies. No need to dismiss him out of hand, Lee. As Theo Vincent has said, he spoke out openly against our commandant and Leversois on behalf of Ulal. He might be willing to do the same for you too. Absolutely not. I don't trust any of the Highborn. Look, I'll help with finding others, but you're on your own with Cram. Very well. Mr. Sa, will you accompany Theo Vincent? One cannot be too careful, especially with the rise in assaults of the clergy. Oh, right. And I think there was that one guy in the broom who really had it out for this guy, so... Thank you. I am certain we can find him in the pillars, in his usual spot. Alright, how do I get... Okay, easy. Whoops. Oh, this, yeah, right, yeah. This is his usual spot, I guess. It was where I found him before. Oh look, he's talking to this girl again. Oh, and I'm so close. I'm not gonna get anywhere at this rate. Wait, are these like younger kids? Oh, little Ellison girls. You need more than endorsement to enter the seminary, you know. I thought he would be more receptive to my appeal, but instead he seems rather annoyed. Can't you and Freckles see we're busy? Leave us be. Freckles? Freckles. You certainly have a way with words, my dear. She is quite right, you know. We have more pressing matters to attend to. Wait, does he have freckles? Oh, he kinda does. That's okay, that's why. Cram, please, would you not help our cause? I believe us to be like-minded individuals, those who desire a new path for the church. One based on principles of... so earnest and forthright. How adorable. I can hardly resist pinching those soft, supple cheeks. Oh, for the love of... Come, darling, let us go somewhere that will afford us privacy. An offer that I dare not refuse. Good luck with whatever it is you're about, Freckles. He's gone. No, I cannot give up. The future of the... Oh, God. The future of the church depends on us. I was not given an opportunity to explain in full, so I will not leave his side until he hears me out. Alright, you're being persistent. That's good. Okay. Are they sure they wouldn't be going down this way? Where are they at? Are they up there? Shit. Why is he down on the ground? This is not what you think. Are we persistent? Well, if you value his life, I suggest you listen to me this time and leave us be. Wait, what? Excuse me? Oh, she has a knife. Now, let us not get too hasty. I'm sure we can resolve this matter peacefully. Agreed, so long as you don't try something stupid and give me cause to cut his throat. Did I not tell you I was preoccupied? You there, take Freckles and get out of here. Oh shit! Release him at once, or I'll summon the watch. Don't you dare. The affairs of House Mantini are none of your concern. She demands recompense, and rightly so. If I must pay with my life, then so be it. I will not allow it. Oh, do not look so glum. I must look upon your freckled face before I ascend to Halonis halls. I'd rather you favored me with a smile, or some such. Oh! Why are you reminding me of... a smile better suits a hero. Father's sins are mine alone to bear now. Mine alone to answer for. Mayhap in death our house shall at least be redeemed. No, 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 we are not doing this. The children will suffer the sins of their fathers. That's the whole freaking base of the Dragon Song War. No, 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 no. We ain't doing this shit. If it is recompense you desire, then you shall have it. But not with his life. The Fury forgives not those who kill their fellow man for wanton purpose. Permit him to redress your grievances with coin, and you may have your justice without sin. Furthermore, offer myself to you as a hostage in his place, that he might be free to secure sufficient ransom. Have you gone mad? I told you, this is none of your... I will not abandon such a pious soul, one who shares my desire to make the world a better place. We are not so different, Crown. We have the chance to make amends for the sins of our fathers, to make Ishgard whole again. I cannot do it without you. Huh. You really are something else, making a bloody speech about changing the world at a time like this. I offer the wealth of House Mantini as ransom. If the lady agrees to these terms, then I will go and retrieve it at once. I mean, if she agrees to it, right? I'll take her silence as a yes. Now then, come. I always wanted to tie someone up. What was with that face? Dominatrix play. I can't believe I agreed to this. You had better hope that no one walks this away. Or else your friend will pay the price. Understand? And I just can't do anything about this, and then she doesn't even recognize me as, like, you know... Oh, hey, wait, that's the hero of Ishgard. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this in front of her. We'll have to travel to my family's old estates in the Western Highlands to retrieve your ransom. I presume you will wait here until I return. For now, we do not come back quickly, and with a great deal of money besides. This one's life is forfeit. Is that clear? Quite. As for you, Freckles, do not do anything else reckless. Mistress, I must ask that you come with me. It would not do to go through all this trouble, only to be waylaid by bandits on my way back. Let us make haste. I feel weird about this. He made a face that I don't know how I feel. I really wonder if he has any money. Shit, it all comes out through here? Fuck. It's a trap. It feels like a trap. It's a trap! Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The freaking snob guy said, like, oh, he's the sixth son. No wonder his father sent him away. Oh, shit. Was he, like, almost disowned, or does he not have access to money because of that? Like, his family's wealth. Why are we going way over here? Oh, this is suspicious. This got really suspicious. Yeah, this ain't no house. What the fuck is this? The 9th bear. Alright, if you know what's good for you, you better not try anything. Forgive me. My family's fortune is buried not far from here. But I would rather retrieve it alone. Pray remain here a moment. Keep watch for bandits and wild beasts. Ah, no. Why are we believing him? Oh, no, no, no. What the fuck? Get out of here. Shot him. Bam. Bam. Oh, give him the drill. Okay, entering a cutscene now. Wait, you said it was buried. Did that mean like someone died with the money and you just grave robbed, or how'd you get this? I have what we came for. Now then, let's pray that Freckles is still alive and well. Right. Oh man. Oh man, this does not feel good. I don't feel good about this. I like how she stands there like a Giga Chad. Standing in the cold like, yeah, I ain't cold. This ain't nothing. It's bracing. Now to fight some bears. Okay. Vroom. Also, that's just one of the stances that you can pick, you know, as an idle standing animation. Because there's like a bunch of poses that a Mikode can do. Let me see, hold on. Where is it? Okay, so she stands like okay, it's obviously one pose. And then you put change pose. So this is the more neutral one, I guess. Just a regular standing. And then we got this one. Nonchalant, hands behind the head. And then we got crossed arms, which also looks good, I admit. Because her leg is out a little bit too. And then here's another casual pose. Slightly more girly pose. Hand on the hip pose. And there's this one, which is the one I always pick now. Just because it fits her pretty well. But yeah, whatever you leave it off at, that's basically like the default pose animation. When the character's idle enough. Oh wait, no, they're over here. I swear to God, the freaking cram guy better not back out or lie to me. Victoria's Secret model pose. It's about time. I'm freezing and had half a mind to skin this one to keep warm. Now then, hand it over. Here you are. The entire fortune that was bequeathed unto me. Share with your people as recompense, starting with the families of the bereaved. On behalf of House Montini, I'm truly sorry. What exactly was this about, though? Bereaved? Someone died? And then you played into her hands, or... Theo! Fear for Fan, what have you gotten yourself into this time? I swear, I leave you alone for but a moment. I was never in any danger, Lee. I prayed to the Fury, and by her hand was Cram returned to me. I'm terribly sorry to have involved you in my personal affairs. I should have known that the lives of my family would not be enough to sate the small folk's thirst for vengeance. It's his redemption arc. Oh, think nothing of it. I too lost my father, so if you ever have need to speak about it, you can confide in me as a friend. You know, you don't have to talk to him facing. That's that's such an anime thing to do, I swear. Turning away from someone you're talking to and talking. My father sought to curry favor with the Holy See, and so he raised great levies to send to the front lines. Honor was his prize, but it was bought with the blood of his subjects, and eventually his own. The small folk had come to resent his demands for service, and when the truth of the war was revealed, they revolted. The mob overran the manor guard, and my father and 5 brothers perished at their hands. Had I not been sent away, I would have surely died with them. Holy shit! Our fortunes had grown poor following the calamity, you see. And since I was the youngest, Father bid me leave to make my own way. So I enrolled in the Scholasticate with hopes of becoming a bishop, to bring honor to myself and my house. But now... Oh, damn, was that why that guy said that he had nothing to his name anymore? Damn, he was... Wow, that fucker was really giving a low blow there. No, there's no use dwelling on what could have been. We must look to the future, and do what we can to make Ishgard whole again. Every moment is sacred, and you helped me see that, Theo. Consider me your friend and ally. Well said, Cram. Well said. Together, you may yet bring about lasting change. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Without the endorsement of the Scholasticate and the support of our peers, no one will listen to us. What's more, I still haven't heard anyone explain how we're supposed to get seats on the Trinity. Ishgard wasn't built in a day, Lee. Besides, we still have plenty of time to work something out. See, I knew he wouldn't take this seriously. Calm yourself, Lee, and keep an open mind. Now, let's return and discuss our next course of action. Okay, well, so to my surprise, Cram actually pulled through. I was really doubting him. Oh, I nearly forgot. Inspector Briarden was looking for you at the cathedral. He wished to speak with you regarding his investigation, I believe. Yeah, pretty sure. I doubt it's to ask what we're gonna order for lunch. Okay. Well, at least we got something going on here. Wow, it's a nice glass stained thing, wall, window, whatever. Well then, my associate, have you anything to report? Some subway. Remember, kids, no matter how good it sounds, it's not really a good idea to eat a whole foot-long piece of bread. Oh, God. A former subject of House Mutiny demanding recompense for the misdeeds of Cram's father. How fortunate that the situation was resolved peacefully. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have shot her. My investigation has been less productive, unfortunately. I thought to speak with Ula, the student who withdrew from the Scholasticate, but I cannot find her anywhere. Ooh. The same must be said of the infamous Volume 11, which contains passages extolling the virtues of equality. Like the girl, it has vanished without a trace. Secrets of making 2 footlongs. The circumstances surrounding these incidents suggest deliberate intent. Someone may be attempting to turn this tenuous state of affairs to their advantage. But if so, then to what end? For 1,000 years, a sickness has ravaged our city, especially within the hearts and minds of our citizens, and in our clergy especially. Treating it will be a long and arduous process, but an altogether necessary one. Our role in that process is clear: to diagnose the root of the Scholasticate's ailments. If there are malicious forces at work, then it is our duty to see justice done. Alright, so it's like a cancer. We just gotta cut it out, huh? And hope it doesn't come back. Oof. In a time of unrest, when the light of truth was lost to the righteous, the children looked to the another for guidance, that they might walk in her grace. Another for guidance? I had to read that fast because I wasn't sure how long it was going to be there. Back to school. How long is this shit? Divine Reckoning? Ah, but it's in my trusted associate, back from the field. As you will doubtless have seen for yourself, change is sweeping through Ishgard, and the veil which once threatened to smother the hearts and minds of our people is slowly but surely being lifted. 'Tis as if our fair city has been born anew, and it is in large part thanks to you, which is not to say our problems have come to an end. No, the silent struggle between the low-born and high-born goes on, growing more fractious by the day. I have come to believe that someone, somewhere, is fanning the flames of hatred to further their own ends. And I am convinced, now more than ever, that Ulah's sudden disappearance, alongside that of Volume 11 of the Articles of Hellenic Polity, is no mere coincidence. Both she and it, after all, were passionate advocates of equality among men. As to who is responsible and what their true intentions might be, I cannot say. Ascertaining these things will no doubt require that we first find the missing girl, and as of this moment, our best hope of learning her whereabouts may rest on discovering the fate of the book. As such, I shall continue searching for any clue which might lead us to the missing tome. In the meantime, I ask that you trouble the students for any information they might have on Ulah. Failing that, find out if they have witnessed any unusual occurrences around the Scholasticate. Anything at all. Well then, let us be about it. Okay. Let's go interrogate some students. Yeah, shut up, let me in. Okay, here's one. Felicity has been so distracted lately. I'm lucky if I can get a simple good morning from her. Ever since Ulah left, she's been rushing about the city like a madwoman, looking for any information she can find on the girl, as she might have an excuse to talk to Theomicent. I see. Blacy, huh? Oh look, it's Cram. Well, I cannot claim to have seen anything unusual exactly. I will say that things have not been the same here since Ulah left. Somber doesn't do it justice. The only really unexpected change I've seen of late is in Lee's attitude towards Cran. He really seems to have warmed to him. Why, he even went as far as to initiate conversation the other day. Ha! He spoke to me, 'tis true, but 'twas not out of fondness. He merely hates me very, very slightly less than he values Olaf's safe return. One of the seniors told me she'd been diagnosed with something called lung rot, and that she's too weak to attend any of her classes. Thinking back, I did hear her coughing from time to time, but I had no idea it was anything so serious. Lung rot? Ugh, that does sound horrible. The lessons of Volume 11 seemed to resonate deeply with Ula. She would often stay up in the small hours reading and rereading them. Mayhap they spurred her to steal away in the night and take up with the revolutionaries. Oh, really? I did not know this guy was last. Fuck. How many times must I say this? Ula was not coerced into leaving, nor was she abducted, nor did she die from a fictitious disease. She quit the Scholasticate of her own free will, for reasons known only to her and the Fury. Really, is it so difficult to understand? Wait. Welcome back, Mr. Sell. What a pleasant surprise it is to see you. How might I be of service to you this day? Trying to get to Ula, her disappearance, and Theo. Yeah, Theo Missant. In the wake of Ula's withdrawal, he and Lee have devoted their every waking moment to the task of uncovering her whereabouts. They are quite adamant that the girl must be found, and persuaded to resume her studies here. As a matter of fact, they approached me earlier today to beg leave to travel to Gorgon Mills, claiming that a trip there would yield the information they needed to accomplish their aim. No sooner I granted the request than they rushed off. Such a compassion and eagerness to serve others is a rarity even among the clergy. I cannot tell you how proud I am of what fine young men they have become. Correct Western Highlands. The mill? I'm trying to remember where that was. Western Highlands. Well, the map will pull me out where it's at. Okay. Holy sh- oh, it's those- oh, I know where that's at. Okay. Big old windmill. Windmills. Of course. Oh, wait, what? Can I not run on this, or what? Hold on, I want to grab this real quick. No! Oh gosh. Oh gosh, I'm fucking it up. At this point, just start over. Or I could have just continued and walked off. Oh my god, I made it. Okay. Oh wait. Got it. Nice. Oh hey, it's the same bird. Gotta get that little bit of experience. Damn, why did this girl run all the way over here? Well, if she did anyway. Oh. Never mind, this is they're right here. Guys? Why are we at a graveyard? Siri, is it really you? Now we should be reunited thus amid the snowy peaks of Carthus. Why, it is nothing short of a miracle. I sense the hand of the divine at work. Halone has answered our prayers. What the fuck does that mean? What are you talking about? Theo, Siri has no idea what you're talking about. Exactly. By all means, explain. But do it slowly, and from the beginning. Oh, my apologies. Excitement got the better of me. Siri, this is the resting place of Father Chassel, the man who found room in his heart for two waves from the street, granting them the opportunity to rise above their station in life. Do you perchance recall the book that was stolen from Theo and burned by that lost soul we once thought of as a brother? It was one of the last mementos we had of the man. Now all that's left to remind us of him is this place. Indeed, and while we often come here to seek solace and guidance in his blessed presence, today our purpose is more practical. With our search for Ula at an impasse, we had hoped that he might grant us inspiration. And that is why I believe our meeting with you here, in this our hour of need, is a sign from above. Mayhap the work of Father Chassel himself. Sure, you can believe that. I take from this that we are not meant to bear this burden alone, that the obstacles we face can only be surmounted by working in concert with others. Ula's disappearance has not thrown the Scholasticate into turmoil. Oh, has thrown the Scholasticate, and the long simmering mistrust between those of noble and ignoble birth has boiled over into outright hatred. Now, more than ever, we must seek to join hands with like-minded souls who understand that this malice will only serve to sow further discord. Like-minded souls such as you. I am reminded of the words of Volume 11 of the Articles of Hellenic Polity. Of the Furies love will all the men receive, and by the balance of her spear will all be set free. We must strive to love our neighbor even as we love ourselves, just as Halone does. To do otherwise is to defy her will. Yes, and while we will surely be rewarded for our tolerance, the highborn bastards who would sooner pretend that passage doesn't exist won't be so lucky. Why, they may find themselves on the receiving end of her spear for everything they put us through. Haha. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself, aren't I? We still haven't found a single clue as to Ula's whereabouts. Fear not, Lee. With Sari at our side, I have faith that we shall find her, and that she will soon retake her rightful place in the hallowed halls of St. Endelim's Scholasticate. I hope you're right. At any rate, we've done what we came to do, so there's no point freezing our arses off out here, until we meet again, Sari. Yeah, the wind's picking up. Okay, so we gotta go back. Really wondering how this is gonna end. But at the same time, I'm kind of like nervous on what kind of things we're gonna find out. You can't handle the truth. I wish I could understand the snow like them. I'm freezing over here. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, excuse me, I was yawning. Okay, Mr. Sa, I trust you were able to find Theomacent and Lee. Yeah, they're visiting that guy's grave. I see. Yes, the two of them have always shared a special bond with Father Trussell, one that only seems to have grown stronger with his passing. It is encouraging to see that they have taken their lessons to heart, and continue to work so firmly for the good of their fellow students. I fear, however, that a dark and treacherous path lies ahead of them. I only pray that when the time comes, they are ready for whatever challenges await. Through the grapevine. Mr. Seth, just the woman I was hoping to see. I'm sorry to say that a rather disturbing rumor has been circulating around the Scholasticate of late. One which claims that our commandant arranged for Ula to be taken away. That the boy scorns those who favor different interpretations of the scriptures I do not deny, but I labor to believe he would go so far. To engage in such conduct would risk not only his own position as prefect, but the very honor of House the Mail, both of which mean a great deal to him. Regretfully, no one seems to know whence these ridiculous rumors came. They could have been concocted by anyone, and for any number of reasons. In any event, with many still unsure what to make of Ulah's sudden withdrawal, these mild accusations have only served to deepen the divide between our seminarians. At this rate, I fear others may decide they no longer wish to remain at the Scholasticate, and so I would be most grateful if you would consent to investigate this matter. Should you oblige my request, I suggest you begin by speaking with Lebersar. I am told that he has spent the past few days looking into Ulah's activities prior to her departure, likely with the intent to absolve our commandant of suspicion. Wasn't he over here? No, he's not. They're gone! Alright, so he's down that way. Got it. I feel like I went the wrong way. Oh, found them. Well, that was convenient. Hi. Let me guess. You caught wind of the rumors and thought you would come investigate, yes? Well, I'll have you know that our commandant is innocent. He has nothing, absolutely nothing, to do with any of this nonsense. I have known him since childhood. While he might occasionally seem somewhat high-handed, may have even callous, he would never do anything to harm anyone. If that is not enough, there is also the fact that in days and weeks prior to Ulah's disappearance, I was not out of his company for more than a few moments. He could not possibly have committed the crime of which he is accused without my knowledge. Yeah, but you're his friend. You could be just saying this just to cover his ass. Whoever orchestrated all of this clearly planned for the blame to fall squarely on his shoulders. That much is certain. Yet numerous as the enemies of House Zamil are, I struggle to think who would resort to something so underhanded. Unless it was the girl herself. Don't you see? What better way to besmirch the good name of one of Ishgar's foremost houses and win over your peers than to vanish, and later spread rumors that he was somehow responsible, and then go out and plant that is to say, oh, by the Fury, I pray I'm not making a mistake. But first, I would have you swear to tell none but the inspector what I'm about to reveal. Oh, shit. Well, what are you giving me? What is this? I stumbled across this. Volume 11 of the Argos Hellenic Polity. It has been conspicuously placed in our Commandant's dormitory room, with Ulah's favorite bookmark tucked between its pages. Yeah, right, that was the one that went missing too. I need hardly tell you what would happen if people were to learn of this. 'Tis but a mercy that chanced upon it, and not one more credulous. However, now that we have deduced who the perpetrator is, it should be simple enough to restore our Commandant's reputation. All we need to do is prove she and her revolutionary friends are responsible. Were I a braver and more foolish man, I would march down to the broom and demand answers. But you, a hero blessed with the strength of 100, need not fear for your well-being there as I do. You are my only hope. Please, I beg of you, take the book and use it to find the girl and prove these foul rumors false. I don't know. Like, again, this could still seem like you're covering his ass. Like, maybe he actually had the book there, and then you're like, oh shit, man, gotta hide it, or make it seem like it wasn't really him that had it. Oh right, I gotta take it to Briarden. I like how suspicious I'm being about all this, man. I don't know, like, to me it just seems like motive enough to, like... I mean, you're his friend. You'll probably do whatever means possible to make sure he doesn't get pulled down. Ah, sir, you're returned. Please tell me your inquiries have been more fruitful than mine own. Ah, I got this. The infamous tome of parables on equality said to have mysteriously vanished off the library shelves shortly prior to Ulah's equally inexplicable disappearance. It's the missing volume. However did you find it? Yeah, about that. It's pretty suspicious. So Loversor believes that Ulah and one of her revolutionary friends planted it on our Commandant's room as part of an elaborate scheme to defame House Zamil. I continue to be amazed by what ridiculous conspiracies these children can convince themselves are true. As if the future of Ishgarian society shall be shaped by the actions of some few ambitious seminarians. He's like, man, these kids really think themselves so high that, you know, they make these conspiracies that it's gonna put them up there and oh man, in Ishgarian society and shape it. Wow. Anyway, I will allow that she may have been consorting with others who supported Reformation. And were she persuaded to engage in rebellious acts, the dormitory prefect would have been an ideal target. Alternatively, our Commandant was so arrogant and careless that he thought nothing of leaving incriminating evidence in plain sight. He would hardly be the first. Needless to say, speculation will avail us not at this juncture. First, I must see what I can learn from this book. In the meantime, I'll have you go and speak with the people of the Broom. See what they know, if anything, about Ulah, where she might have gone, whom she might have visited, and so forth. Failing that, keep your ears open for news of unusual happenings. One can never be too well informed. Elitist mindset. Yep, indeed. Briarden straight up called him out on that. Alright, off we go to the broom. Hello, welcome. We are doing the Scholasticate questline. I'm kind of taking a break, a little break from Subnautica because, you know, that game is a little stressful for me, and right now I'm not in the mood to be stressed out. I need to relax. This Christmas shit's kind of getting on me, man. Preparing for it. Mainly preparing for it. Oh god. And I just need something to just wind down, you know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? So yeah. Ow. Where the heck is this person? Oh, he's right here. I'm all looking up. You're not about to ask me to do you a favor, are you? You'll forgive me for being suspicious, but just the other day a man draped from head to toe in fine silks approached me, all nervous and twitching. He tossed a purse on my feet, saying the gill in it was mine for the taking. All I had to do was head to the crozier and buy him a couple vials of cough syrup. Tempting as it was, I wasn't about to risk getting involved in someone's shady scheme, so I told him to piss off, and that was that. Yeah, I mean, if someone approached you like that, yeah, that's pretty sus. Yeah, right now, I mean, this questline's not too action-packed, but there seems to be a conspiracy or some underhanded stuff happening between students. So I heard that sometimes you can find the Sky Pirate guy from the Void Ark raids here, but I don't see him. But let me tell you, this dude right here, is your second Dark Knight teacher. Well, are we a creature of habit? Not much reason to call on us these days, yet here you are, curious to see how we're getting on. Oh shit, I can ask him about the final days? Ah, that black business. I've heard the same as everyone else, which is to say, not much. You and yours have been involved, I trust. Oh yeah, you have no idea. What is your character class? Right now, I'm a machinist. But it's because I'm leveling that right now. My main, however, is a Dark Knight. No, wait, no, I take that back. My main for Sari here is Dark Knight. However, on my main account, because this is a streaming alt, but my main account, I am a warrior. I use a battle axe. And man, do I love tanking. So yeah, my favorite class is tanking. I don't like healing. Healing is my least favorite. However, I have done just enough of it to understand the pain that healers go through. So whenever I'm playing a tank, I try to be nice to my healers. Machinist, however, is a DPS, or ranged DPS. So yeah, there you got that. To the edge of the great expanse and beyond. I won't pretend to understand how any of that was even possible, but I have no doubt it played out exactly as you said. And so, having saved life as we know it from Oblivion, you return to your Dark Knight stamping grounds to see if there are any less cosmic villains in need of a firm rebuke. Yeah, basically. No rest for the righteous indeed. You were disappointed to hear that things are fine for the most part. Likely due to you going about playing hero. Aye, not much has changed, to the frustration of many it seems. Like Riel and her height. I swear every day she's trying some new trick she learned about from her friend's sister's cousin. Children are always so eager to grow up. I was too, I suppose. Like everyone else once was. Oh. Listen, Sari. I don't know if you came back hoping I had some final pearls of wisdom to share. Something to put it all in perspective. But if you did, you were wrong. You know everything you need to know already. You bear the sword and the promise, memories and dreams of your own and of others. You stand for those who have no one else. That's all there is to it. There's no path to walk or guide to follow. What strength and meaning you derive from the struggles is yours alone to find. No one else was ever the writer. It's always been your story. So go and live it. Damn, Sid! Oh. Thanks, Sid. I'm actually pretty glad I did stop to talk to you. I distinctly recall telling you once that my patrons appreciate their privacy. Still, I know you wouldn't ask if it weren't important, so this time I'll oblige your curiosity. This hasn't got anything to do with your missing girl, mind, but a few days back, this one fellow comes and pays his tab in full. A surprising development, as I'd long since written it off as a loss. Give me 2 money, he says, and has a mind to settle his debts. Pleased as I am by his changing fortunes, all the while I'm wondering who he left bleeding in an alley to get that much gil at once. Ooh. Wait, there's someone else? They're down? Where down? Oh, below! They're still below! Oh, it's fucking Ben! Mister, I like burning books. Leave it be, I've got nothing to say to the likes of you. The fuck are you talking about? I'm the one that exposed all those lies. The lies that now you're like going around, you know, believing. Well, not believing, but the lies that, you know, you're all like, you're saying, oh, we can't believe anyone now. Huh? What was that? You think I might have helped kidnap some highborn girl? God sakes. You and Theo make a fine pair, you do, acting all high and mighty, pretending you care. The only time you come around is when you're looking for someone to blame. Sorry to disappoint you, but I've got nothing to do with this Ulah's disappearance. If you ask me, you'd have better luck harassing those blue bloods in the pillars. After all, they know better than anyone how to deal with inconveniences, huh? Okay, so this is kind of taking a turn. Shit, right here. Also, hands down, so far of all the tank jobs that I've played, Dark Knight definitely has like the better story. Too bad the class is you know, it's like a squishy tank, but man, those job quests are so good. Excellent timing, Siri. I have findings to share. Well, Ulah's bookmark suggests that Volume 11 was within her possession at some point. It does not tell us when that point may have been. With this in mind, I decided to pay a visit to the seminary library. Sure enough, her signature was in the logs, indicating that she was the last person to have borrowed the tome. I compared the handwriting to samples from her old assignments, to be sure, and found no irregularities. One might argue that this supports Laboratory's theory, but it is far from conclusive evidence. I suggest you cannot use those vaunted powers of yours to grant us a vision of the past and spare us further hardship. Oh, yeah, I mean, the echo visions kind of happen suddenly, you know, not... It doesn't come when I need it to. It just happens. I thought not. Then, we shall rely on the more traditional methods. So, what came of your inquiries in the broom? Do tell. I mean, this is what I found out, but very much nothing. Nothing. But that's to be expected, is it not? Again, I reminded how ridiculous the two scenarios presented to us perpetrating grand conspiracies truly are. Is it not more likely that both the girl and our commandant are innocent of wrongdoing? Like they're both innocent and someone else is pulling the strings? We must continue searching for more clues. I mean, that's a third option. Even though a insignificant tidbit may be all it takes for the pieces of this puzzle to fall into place. Let's see, a familial resemblance. Seeing how reluctant some of the citizens were to answer your questions, I believe it best for me to take over investigations in the room. Why would it be I thought the people in the broom loved me. Oh. As for you, yes, I am given to understand that Blacy and her friends have been conducting their own investigation. Though I'm loath to admit it, given the fact that they are seminarians, I should not be surprised if they have noticed something we overlooked. You may as well go and see what Blacy has learned. If you cannot find her at the Scholasticate, I imagine someone can point you in the right direction. So they're doing their own investigation? Blacy, that's the silver-haired girl that likes Theo. That's a question I too would like to know the answer to. It feels as though we haven't spoken in ages. I did, however, hear some of the other seminarians say that they saw Theo at the Ark of the Venerable. If so, Blacy is certain to be close by. Did she follow him? Stalk him? Oh, what would them both working to bring Ula back? Theo and Blacy have good reason to spend a great deal of time together. These past few days, they've been running around the city making inquiries. Oh, so they are working together already. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they were up to today. Hasn't she been following Theo around like a lost puppy this past fortnight? Find him and you'll probably find her. That's what I say. I don't know how he puts up with it, frankly. I suppose that, unlike some of the seniors, he's simply too kind for his own good. Blacy, I haven't seen her all day. I expect she's gone out again with her friends to look for Ula. I still don't understand why they bother. The girl's probably off gallivanting about with heretics and revolutionaries. Even if they find her, I doubt she'll want to return. Okay. Oh hey, guys. Of course I don't know where she is. While I may be in charge of the dormitory, it is not my responsibility to hold the seminarians' hands or wipe their arses. As you should well know, in light of recent events, our commandant has not the luxury to concern himself with such trivialities. Okay, so they're all basically saying to see if I can find Theo, and then Blacy will be like somewhere nearby. Okay. So, are they? Where are they at? Oh, it's over here. Okay, so that's next to the astrologian place. Okay. Astrology. Reading the stars and tossing out tarot cards. That's healing. Oh, there's Blacy, but then there's Cram and Theo over here. Why are you watching from afar like a creeper? Hey, creepazoid. Ah, you startled me. I am here for Ula's sake, lest you wonder. It is all part of my investigation, I swear. Wait, you're not a seminarian, and yet you seem so familiar. Oh, I know. You're my brother's associate. What? Briarden is your brother? Oh my god, my brother, you mean... And there I was calling her a creeper. Oh, my apologies, Mr. Seri. I suppose you have yet to be properly introduced. I am Blacy, Briarden's younger sister. It is a pleasure to finally meet you. Oh, and I laughed at you when you fell. I mean, it was funny, but still. So, he sent you to see what I've learned. Then I'm afraid you'll be disappointed. I spent all night questioning merchants, watchmen, and random passers-by, and they told me absolutely nothing of interest. I recorded their statements for good measure, but quite honestly, it was a waste of ink and paper. Lacey, what are you doing here? Theo, fancy meeting you here. I was just taking a moment to review these testimonies I had taken and thought to, I like how this guy just busts out laughing. Damn, he's laughing hard. Ah, but of course, you then thought to come and share your findings with us. Yes, that's it. While it might be a bit much, I wanted to make sure I did not omit a single word. Exchanging papers, okay. By the Fury Placey, there's over 100 films long. I can't even begin to imagine what the amount of effort it took to organize all this information. It's incredibly heartening to know that there are others as dedicated as us to seeing Ula returned. Now, let's have a look, shall we? Investigation log entry 1, Master of Ishgardian Markets, Mistress Elais Province. Well, with this recent run of bad weather, we've had plenty. Why, just the other day my back started to give me trouble again, and I've had to hobble from place to place. Investigation log entry 2, House for Top Steward, Honora. You interrogated Honora? He is a good boy. I cannot guarantee that this news will be of great interest to you and yours, but a 12-point proposal for the reformation of the Inquisition has recently been tabled by Lord Arturel in the House of Lords. Hey, it's my boy, Lord Arturel. I like how my character actually looks tired. She's looking, I'm like, oh god. Oh, that's so in character, I love it. Okay, entry 10, Weaponsmith Elbert. Ever since the blue bastard and his lapdog put an end to the war. Wait a minute, Amric and me? Is he talking about me? Wait, profits have plummeted. I've had to sell my best stock for a fraction of its worth just to make ends meet. Well, I can see why a weaponsmith would suddenly stop making money at the end of a war. Entry 21, Carvery Mestano. I've barely enough time to fill my customers' orders, much less keep an eye out for foolish. God damn it, Theo, that's enough! None of that rubbish is even remotely relevant. Now, don't you think you're being a touch too hasty? We've not gone even a third of the way through. May you learn something of value. Let's not dismiss Lacey's hard work out of hand. True, it's better to review it just in case. Thank you, Theo, for your kind words. I'm glad you think it may be of use. Fine, let us briefly entertain this thought and say that something in these notes will help us find Ula. How exactly do you propose that we determine what that is? Lee, we needn't do a thing. For though we may lack the skill to discern the relevant from the mundane, a certain inspector we know and love is a dab hand at such things, no? Oh yeah, just go to Briarden. He'll... Oh, but of course, Inspector Briarden. Brilliant idea, Cram. Sir, if you would take this scroll to him and see what he can make of it. Yeah, I'll let him read it. Huh, I thought even he could make heads or tails of this rubbish. In any event, it's out of our hands. We should continue with our search. I wonder if I can find this Elbert guy and be like, yo, what the fuck? Heard you were talking shit. Okay, let's report back to Briarden. We meet again. Doubtless you have much to share. I know I do. Do you recall Giberland's patron who recently paid off his debt, and the gentleman attempting to obtain cough syrup? Yeah, I remember that. Upon further investigation, it turns out they share one astoundingly similar facial feature. A pale raised scar running from the top of their left cheekbone to their jaw. It so happens that this description also matches that of a notorious thug who was known to hang around outside taverns and harass patrons for coin, until an unexpected windfall saw his fortunes vastly improve. He is now rumored to make a living as a traveling merchant, though where he goes and what he sells none can say. We shall find out in due time. But enough of my discoveries. What have you learned? I have this. A scroll full of testimonies written in Blaisy's meticulous hand, outlining any dubious activities shopkeepers and citizens of the Jeweled Crozier have recently witnessed. Here you go, it's your sister's work. By the Fury, this is longer than some scripture. She compiled it all in less than a single day, you say. Remarkable. Oh my god, is he gonna read the whole thing? On the other hand, the Crozier has seen oh wait, I don't remember this. Yeah, after the hovel thing, yeah, okay. On the other hand, the Crozier has seen increased trading in oils, furs, and other goods. Folks begin to crave when it grows cold. So in that regard, I can't complain. Number 13, purveyor of sundries. Pass de Ville. The other day, there was this one fellow who wanted to purchase ropes for a young woman. A merchant, he said. But I've never known one who couldn't be bothered to haggle. Not that I minded, of course. 21. Carvery must know. Let's see, I barely have enough time to fill my customers' orders, much less keep an eye out for foolish girls getting themselves into trouble. Now, if you would excuse me, I really must get back to it. I'm expecting several regular customers any minute. Apothecary Pien. Masano has bought back my whole stock of cough syrup every day for the past week. Passing strange, needless to say, so I followed him and found that he was reselling my products to another. The nerve of some people, I tell you. It seems... A gentleman procuring cough medicines through a third party. That story has a familiar ring to it, does it not? A man with a questionable past, recently come into wealth and playing at being a merchant, who so happens to travel with a young girl prone to fits of coughing. Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Sari? Let's see... Oh man, I don't know what the shit. I don't remember any of these names. Well, I feel like this is it. Watch him tell me I'm wrong, because I'm dumb. Ah, no, I am dumb. I mean, I am, but yeah. Perhaps not. It seems to me that Masano appears to be colluding with our man. Oh, man. In time, you may come to understand how I reached this conclusion. But first, we must pay a visit to his stall. Sorry, Briarden. I don't brain well. Or maybe I should say I don't brain good. Oh, here we go, finding Ula. Given how poorly this man has covered his tracks, I am inclined to believe that he will come to the Crozier sooner rather than later, to procure the usual assortment of goods. Let us head there, Sari. We must follow the trail while it's still fresh. Oh shit. Are we really gonna find her? Oh, the Crozier. Let's take this. Who is it? I hope it's not the guy that I was talking to before. Okay, it's not. Alright, man. I guess we just hide out over here, huh? What do you mean I can't see it? There. If he comes this way to purchase food and medicines from Mustino, as frequently as Blazy notes indicate, we shouldn't have long. Siri, over there. That scar, those robes. That's her man. A pleasure to see you again, sir. The usual? Aye, don't forget the you-know-what. Hurry, sir. We mustn't let him out of our sight. Oh, okay, so we're going down this way. Okay. Off we go! Oh, for a second I thought it was this guy. I was like, oh shit. Alright, where's this chump at? Oh man, he's away at the beginning almost. Alright. Maximum overdrive. Okay, so he's near the entrance. Aha! Our suspect just passed the Ark of the Worthy, where there are like to be fewer people. Take care not to be spotted. Oh, don't worry. That kind of stuff doesn't happen until Endwalker anyway. Those types of quests. Alright. Here we are. So he went this way. Oh shit! Sorry, Briarden, I almost fucked that up. It would appear our suspect is not alone. He has a guard with him. I should like very much to know the contents of that carriage. Keep them distracted while I sneak past, will you? Approach them and announce you are here to conduct a surprise inspection. You will undoubtedly command their full attention for a sufficient amount of time. Irate, sir. Very good. Oh man, here we go. Enchantment say your keyboard. Ah, fuck, really? You want me to write this out? Okay, change that to say. Inspection. God, I hate writing that stuff. It's stupid. Inspection. What in the seven hells are you on about? You're no temple knight. You've no right, unless... I trust the goods have been properly secured and the carriage is ready for a quick getaway, if necessary. Right then, where were we? Ah, yes. We will not be consenting to your inspection. Now kindly piss off. Damn, boy, where do you join? My apologies, sir. I thought I saw movement around back. Maybe I should go and check. Idiot, can't you see this goon is intent on starting a fight? Take care of her first and conduct your checks after. As for you, you should have run while you still had the chance. You guys really don't know what— oh, I saw Briarden running. Oh, you guys are making a big mistake. Bam, bam, shoot him. Oh, here, I got a drill for you. Bam! One shot. Fools, I'm like 12 levels above you. Wait. Oh, shit! They had her? Siri, it was as we suspected. The thug and his guard have been holding Ula hostage in the back of this carriage ever since she vanished. Though this ordeal has undoubtedly caused her a deal of distress, she does not appear to be physically injured. While you are doubtless eager to question her, as I am, she must be given time to rest and recuperate. These two, on the other hand, need not be afforded any such consideration. You there, what is the meaning of this? Ah, it seems that all that earlier commotion has drawn the attention of the guards. Excellent. They can deal with the ruffians. I'm pretty sure to listen to Briarden. You made them a new one. I shall escort Ula to the Scholasticate dormitory and speak with the instructors. When all has been settled, let us speak again at St. Raymond's Cathedral. Oh, look how he's paying the chocobo. Alright, well that went pretty well. Boy, am I glad that we found her, though. I mean, I don't know, these guys look like regular thugs, so I feel like it really feels like someone hired them to do this. Like, I don't see these guys having the motive to want to do something like this. You should be glad to hear that Ula will be fine. Sister Gatel is with her now, attending to her needs as we speak. Wait, what's happening? I expect she will soon be strong enough to answer our questions. Until then, however, we must make do with what information the Temple Knights can extract from the kidnappers. Unfortunately, while the ruffians confess to abducting Ula in exchange for a large sum of gil, they have told us little else of value thus far. Apparently, their employer draped themselves in such thick furs that they could not even say if they were a man or a woman. They claim this cloaked figure offered no explanation as to why they wanted them to snatch the girl and keep her confined to the carriage indefinitely, and so they had no choice but to keep moving, to stay ahead of the Temple Knights and await further instructions. Hopefully, we will learn more as the interrogation progresses. As the interrogations progress. I fear, however, our mastermind has cloaked themselves in layer upon layer of secrecy, and it would take more than a few pointed questions to penetrate all of them. Regardless of how well they have hidden their intentions and their identity, we will bring them to justice soon enough. Oh shit, it's the locked character again. And once we learn all that we can from our friends in the Temple Knight's custody, as well as Ula, we'll be that much closer to restoring peace to the Scholasticate. To shine the light of truth upon the secrets buried in the dark, the children once more come together, that they may know her power and her glory. I wonder if this is going based on patches. The student body's revenge? Oh shit. Ah, Siri, I was wondering when you'd show up. The Temple Knights have deemed Ula fit to recount the events of her kidnapping, and have taken her into the room just beyond for questioning, with Lacey to accompany for support. It would appear the questioning is done. Let us see what we might learn. Hail, my good man. I am Inspector Briarden, and this is my associate, Sari. I understand that you have spoken with Ula regarding her kidnapping. Is there aught you might share with us? Inspector Briarden, Mr. Sari. I fear that it would seem the Lady Ula knows even less of her own abduction than we do. As she tells, the only people she saw during her captivity were the two thugs now in her custody. We questioned them thrice over, but they insist their employer had disguised themselves so well they cannot even say for certain if they are a man or woman, much less give us a description. For what little it's worth, we did learn that the two were once orphans, raised as charges in the sea. To betray the nation that fed and clothed them for a handful of coin, I must return to my post. Should we come across anything of actual significance, I shall be sure to alert you. Lacey, are there any details our friend may have neglected to mention? I fear that Ula's testimony proved entirely enlightening. There's another development, however, that has been troubling me. Rumors that our commandant was behind the abduction are circulating around the Scholasticate once more. Again with those asinine allegations. And this time the students seem convinced more than ever of his guilt. No longer content to sit back and wait for events to take their course, they've been pushing for his expulsion. Theo has been doing his best to convince them to disregard the rumors, but it seems any mention of our commandant only serves to fuel their rage. I must hurry back to help him. I suspect that this is less a reflection on the prefect himself than a manifestation of aimless anxiety and fear. Still, I dare say this commotion might prove to be an opportunity in disguise. I shall make my way to the vault to continue my own investigations. In the meantime, I ask that you go and keep an eye on the seminarians and an ear to the ground. Oh shit though, it seems like a fight's gonna break out soon. A riot! Kind of reminds me like when I was a freshman in high school, there was 2 lunches, and I remember on the second lunch, which I wasn't a part of, I had the first lunch, but where my class was, you could see out into like basically the courtyard where the students would take their lunch and all that. And yeah, a riot basically did happen. Like people were throwing shit and fighting, and man, it was nuts. It was like chaos outside. And they had to like lock down the school because of how chaotic it got. That they even had to call police to like try to like basically like gained back control of what was going on. Supposedly someone got pepper sprayed. I'm not sure who that was. Or if that is even true. It was just allegedly someone got pepper sprayed. Wait, what's happening here? Oh. A lot of angry people. And what if those ruffians truly were in his employ? Are we to stand idly by until he betrays one of us, as he did poor Ola? His refusal to provide us with anything resembling a reasonable explanation speaks for itself. The boy is guilty, and I say we move to have him expelled from the Scholasticate, effective immediately. Theo, I demand that you take lead of this charge. Wait, what's going on? Take the fear you have come, Sari. Since the headmistress called everyone away for an emergency meeting, it's been absolute chaos. They're so incensed they won't listen to a word Theo or I say. Perhaps if you were to speak with them, it would help to soothe their angry feelings. Oh yeah, and I remember in that lockdown too, and during school, like, we actually had to stay in that class that we were attending at the moment, like, the rest of the day. No one was allowed to leave until school was over. And even then, I think they only had it going in sections, from what I remember. There's no solid evidence against Sarcomadon, just these vague rumors that keep making the rounds. With all the resentment toward him, however, I guess that was all that was needed to indict him. Alright, let's soothe this guy. Hey, yo, man. Calm the fuck down. Now, you need to participate in a food fight. Yes, I participated in several food fights back in 8th grade. The friends that I was with, yeah, like, they would come up with it. They're like, it was me and another girl who, another friend who we were able to get free lunch. So they told us, like, go get us, the free lunch real quick. And when we come back, we'll start a food fight. And we're like, okay. And usually we just keep a little something to ourselves to eat anyway, but everything else was like, they just grabbed it and then they would like just toss it and then sure enough, bam, food fights happening. And then later, and then later on, like in the rest of the day, I would hear like sometimes, you know, other students or teachers going like, oh, did you hear about that food fight that happened? I'm just like, yeah, that, I mean, I didn't say anything, but in my head I was thinking like, oh, I was an accomplice. I didn't actively participate in it. I didn't throw anything, but I did supply. So that makes me an accomplice. So yeah, but that was just minor food fights. That never broke out into a full-on riot. In the other one, when I was in high school, though, that school was so huge with so many students that, like, honestly, I wasn't surprised that you know, that those type of fights like actually broke out. Where it got so chaotic that people were throwing just anything around. On second thought, I dare say you have the right of it. The prefect has the riches of House Zemail at his disposal, and powerful allies just waiting to spring to his aid. We must step back and consider our actions carefully, lest we find ourselves strung up by the necks. So you suggest we do nothing? The longer we dither without taking action, the greater the risk of him finding us out. And when he does, he'll see every last one of us suffer for it. Mark my words. He is frightened, as we all are. As are we all. But that is precisely why we must proceed with caution. Oh, hold on. Sorry, my hair was like kind of like poking me in the eyes a bit on the side, so I was like trying to tuck it underneath my headset. As you rightly observed, if we act out of anger or despair, we only doom ourselves to failure. Please, ma'am, if you would. Ma'am? Rally his spirits as you have called mine own. Alright, child. Wait, where's Rally? to spine. Punching. That was a bit of a funny emote. But of course, it is exactly as you say. Forgive me, my fear had gone the better of me. Indeed, there's little he can do to us if we act as one and proceed with due caution. And remember, once our commandant is removed from the school, the administration will keep us safe, so we need not fear his retribution ever again. We must move swiftly, but surely, to ensure his expulsion. Theo, can we count on you to lead us? Well, Theo, what's the word? Thank you, Siri. Now that everyone is feeling more at ease, let us open the floor for discussion. I welcome any and all opinions, provided that they are delivered in a calm and orderly fashion. I believe there's just cause to expel our commandant. As Siri was kind enough to point out, however, we should not act rashly. That is why you, Theo, with your calm demeanor, are best suited to head our appeal to have him removed. What say you? We didn't dare to start food right after the new principal came in. Okay, he was ex-military. He was loud. Oh. You know what? I don't think I've ever seen, or I don't remember seeing my principal of that school when I was like in 8th grade. I mean, I'm pretty sure I might have seen him, but the memory of seeing him and stuff, his image and even his name, it's not coming up at all. I'm just entirely forgotten. Given the way he's treated you in the past, I can understand why you'd readily assume the worst of him. I cannot help but believe, however, that he too is a victim in all this. I strain to think that anyone who cares so deeply about the Scholasticate and its inhabitants could commit such an atrocity. Theo, for the fury's sake, you would defend the very individual who for the past several years ridiculed and tortured us. Is it so impossible for you to believe that he is capable of such villainy? Until there is proof to say he is guilty, we must give him the benefit of the doubt. Innocent until proven guilty. God damn it, Theo, why did it be so good? Theo is right, Lee. I bear no great love for our commandant either, but even the Temple Knights have been unable to recover a single piece of evidence tying him to the kidnapping. The same Knights have pulled the wool over our eyes for 1,000 years, stripping us of all that we know to protect men like him. How heartening that is to hear. I would have thought that after all you'd endured at a commandant's hands, you would stand with us. I see I was wrong. Friends, it would seem the Commodore has grown too content under the nobleman's yoke to fight for his ideals. If we are to see justice served, we must do so with our own strength, our own voices. Let us draft a petition that our grievances might be heard and the blackguard expelled. Oh shit. Oh man, this is like a form of mob justice. Our principal's actually pretty active. You would see him everywhere, both mornings and afternoons. Damn. That is a guy who, I'm assuming, cared if he was being that active. How can they be so blind? The villain who kidnapped Ula is playing us all for fools, stoking the flames of hatred, for we might all be consumed by them. Theo's a man of unwavering principle. That's why I admire about him. I wish I too were possessed of such staunch conviction. There's no stopping an angry mob, I fear. I wonder if any of us will emerge from this unscathed. An angry mob, huh? Actually, no. There is someone who can stop an angry mob. And I've seen this in action. There's a cutscene where a guy named Rapan, who was born in Alamigo, once Alamigo was like ended up being conquered and stuff, he escaped to Ul'dah, and over there he basically gained his own he fought his way basically to his own sovereignty and all that stuff. But he decided to kind of like stand beside and help the Sultana, who was a young girl at the time. She was a young girl who was put in power way too soon than she was ready for. So he was helping her out. And when in Stormblood, once you liberate Alamigo, eventually he goes back. And there was a point where there was an angry mob forming outside of a prison cell of this one female Alamigan who basically sided with and helped the Empire, the Garlean Empire, the bad guys at the time. So the angry mob was like, "Oh no, we gotta kill her. We have to kill her. She sided with them. She helped them. She killed a bunch of us, or basically got them killed. She's a traitor to us, you know." And Raban actually was able to calm that shit down. It was actually really good the way he went about it too. I mean, the guy is already like intimidating in like his appearance, and he has like that voice that just like commands attention and respect too, you know. He has like that charisma to him, like that. And he was able to talk down this angry mob before it got out of hand. If only I could have done more to dissuade them. This blind persecution will only serve to further divide us, and our commandant's expulsion would be a tremendous loss for the Scholasticate. Why will no one listen to reason? Theo, there's still time to turn things around. I'm sure of it. I'll help you in any way I can. Thank you, Blacy, for your kind words. Indeed, it's not too late to reverse the course of today's events. We should try speaking with Father Sarchana. Surely he'll know what to do. He was chill like that. Yeah. Incredible. Despite all that, he's still intent on saving Combatin. Our Combatin. Whatever. Sari, there's no talking about it now. Considering how our last discussion ended, it would put me much at ease if you would accompany us. I shall stay behind. There are a few things that I would attend to here, my dear Blacy, if you would. I could go with an extra pair of hands. In that case, Lee, Sari, let us make haste to the cathedral. The headmistress' meeting will not run forever, and we must catch Father Sarchana before the others do. They're probably writing up the petition right now. And signing it. I wonder how many signatures they're gonna try getting to make this stop. Oh hey, you guys got him in time. Good job. Theo, Lee, and Sari. Whatever brings you here in such a hurry? Mayhap it concerns the petition I just received from the student body. Oh shit. Not to worry, rest assured that I have reviewed the document and will be submitting it to the headmistress shortly, along with my own strong recommendation in favor of Commandant's immediate and irrevocable expulsion from the Scholasticate. Oh shit, he's siding. Well, wait, Father. We're not here to support the petition, but rather to argue against it. We cannot rightly expel a combatant for a crime that the evidence, or lack thereof, suggests he did not even commit. Quite true, and yet it is not because I believe him guilty that I have chosen to move forward with this proposal. Then, why? Oh, wait, what's that smirk? For too long has our church been corrupted by men and women who would see its foundation built upon sin instead of virtue. I mean to put an end to this vicious cycle. What are you saying? Theo, Lee, there's something you must know. When I was young, I too was taken under the wing of Father Trousseau. It was by his good graces that I gained admission to the Scholasticate, not unlike yourselves. Oh, so he was an orphan. I devoted myself entirely to my studies, that I might prove myself worthy of his kindness. My dedication was rewarded when I graduated at the top of my class and secured a prized position in the archives, alongside some of the Holy See's most esteemed individuals. It was there that I met the man who would become my closest friend and confidant. For 10 years, he had toiled in the sea's darkest recesses, working to see that the ugly truth of Ishgard's past would never see the light of day. Until the day the burden grew too great to bear, and he took his own life. Oh shit. For years, I was torn between grief and anger, and not being able to save him from his fate. Fearing my anguish would consume me, I found succor in my religion. Day and night I pored over scripture, and soon I found myself back in these very halls. Not as a student, but as a teacher. A tragic story indeed, and you have my condolences for your loss. But what does any of this have to do with Arcomadan? Of the Fury's love will all men received, and by the balance of her spear will all be set free. Doubtless you too are familiar with these words. Those who deny the teachings of Volume 11 commit the greatest sin of all. They must bear full responsibility for the injustices wrought on the victims of our society. Master Arcomadan has done naught but scorn the truths penned within the tome. His dismissal is long overdue. This is madness. The Fury knows I bear no love for the bastard, but what you propose is to lay the blame for generation upon generation of the Church's transgressions at its feet. I do only what must be done. Countless lives were lost in the Dragon Song War. We must needs purge the Church of any who espouse the false ideal that all men are not born equal, that the sins of our past are never repeated, and that the clergy might be restored to their former glory. I have faith in you, my children. Reflect on the teachings of Father Chisel. If you do not understand now, you will soon enough. Was he the bad guy the whole time? Man, I got blindsided on that one. It is true that Father Chisel was an ardent advocate of equality, who strove always to adhere to the principles espoused in equal under her every watchful gaze. 'Tis equally true that Arcomadan has been outspoken in condemning that selfsame passage. Still, that hardly warrants his expulsion. You must admit, the man has a point. Make an example of the son of one of Ishgard's most prominent houses would send a message, and it just might be the fastest way to bring about the change he seeks. Whether or not that change would be for the better, however, is another matter entirely. It was one thing when it was just an angry mob of seminarians calling for Arcomadan's head. Now that Father Chisel intends to lead the charge, it's another matter entirely. Whatever are we to do? We gotta talk to that guy. We gotta let him know what's going on. But of course, Arcomadan's nothing if not astute. He's sure to have an idea of one or two on how to extricate himself from this predicament. Come, let us make for the pillars. Alright. Where be this guy? Oh right, it's the pillars, it's that way. Oh hey. What's with these papers on the floor? Oh, what did we stumble across right here? He's... What baseless accusations would you care to hurl at me this time? Intend to destroy the church? Or perhaps you're here to bring to light the personal hand I had in instigating the Dragon Song War? Wow. Perhaps instead of entertaining every ridiculous rumor you hear, you might actually make yourself useful for once. You can start by questioning those two beside you. After all, they're the ones who arranged this entire farce, and have been spreading these letters in a pathetically transparent attempt to incriminate me that I might be expelled. Letters? Please, listen, our competent. We know that the accusations being leveled at you are unfounded. I know we had our differences, but today we come to lend you our aid. Yeah, he's so full of rage he can scarce hear a word I say. Please, Harry, perhaps you can try soothing him. I mean, I can try. I don't know if he'll be welcoming of it. But then again, what's he gonna do? Hit me? Ha! Don't make me laugh. You expect me to believe that you, the two who would stand to gain the most from my expulsion, have not so much as seen the nonsense that's been making the rounds in the dormitories? The truth revealed. Our competent did as a male, a kidnapper. Trust me, were we to try and implicate you in a crime you didn't commit, we would have done a far more thorough job than this. Indeed, these writings simply make an appeal to emotion, without a single piece of concrete evidence to support the accusation. Fine, perhaps it wasn't you two after all. Still, you rest assured that when I get my hands on the commoner that did this, they'll rue the day they thought to meddle with the affairs of House Zamail. You best realize we commoners are not the ones on trial here. You are. I suggest you watch your tongue, unless you prefer to lose the only allies you seem to have these days. Do not lose heart, competent. Together we'll uncover the truth and see that this baseless petition against you is withdrawn. Ha! Why would I need your help? My innocence is beyond question, and the Fury herself will see my good name restored. I pray that she will. In the meantime, we too shall do our part. Oh, Fury's sake, Theo! Leave it be! That aside, where did these papers even come from? And why didn't we receive one? If I had to guess, perhaps they were given only to those most inclined to believe the accusations. Foolishness at best. If anything, these letters will only give me the clues I need to identify the coward behind them. As a matter of fact, I believe I know precisely where to begin my search. Brilliant. We'd be more than happy to assist you in the investigation. Where would you have us go? And hand you the very knife you would put in my back? Do you think me daft? If the petition is approved and I am expelled, that would put you right at the top of the class. How very convenient. Harkonnen, don't you see? It is not for awards or accolades that I study the scriptures as I do. I seek only to follow in the footsteps of Father Trousseau. It was he who granted me the chance to achieve the grand vision he had for our realm, and bring relief to those in need of spiritual succor. Of the Fury's love will all men receive, and by the bounds of her spear will all be set free. I will share the wisdom of these words with all of Ishgard. Volume 11 of the 72 Articles of Hellenic Polity. What is it with commoners and their obsession with that over-idealistic screed? Calmer, competent. Let us not waste any further time entertaining the idle musings of the riffraff. Look, we can manage just fine without your help, but if you do find anything, not that we expect you to, you report back to us if you know what's good for you. Understood? If I didn't know better, I'd almost say that sounded like a thank you. Well, if there's nothing else to do here, I suppose we should set to work. Next idea. Lee. No. Oh, next idea, Lee. Now, where do you propose we should start? Sorry, I thought that period was a... I mean, that comma was a period. Ah, the Fury save us. This guy's so tired of this shit. Oh, is this the last one? Because usually, look at, I'm getting things here. Inspector's eyeglasses. Oh wait, hold on. Try on. Hey. Hey, Sarah actually looks pretty good with glasses. And I got the spectacles. If we only track down the author of the letters and convince them to recant these statements, the student body would have no choice but to withdraw their motion. But where would we even search? How about we look for more of the same document? A brilliant plan, Siri. By examining all the letters that have been distributed throughout the Scholasticate, we may very well find clues leading us to the culprit. It's settled then. Let's return to the Scholasticate and commence our search. Search the Scholasticate for any suspicious letters. Okay. Found one. Oh, cram. He has already apprised me of the situation. Not that he needed to, mind you. It is for that very reason that I remained behind with Lacey. To investigate the origin of the nasty rumors flying about. It didn't take long for us to connect the rumors to the letters and coax one of the seminarians to show us the document they had received. I investigated further, and behold, these are all the ones I managed to collect in my search thus far. Under normal circumstances, the baseless invectives penned here would hardly suffice to convince anyone. It would seem, however, years of harbored animosity have blinded people to their better judgment. Oh, Lacey. Oh yes, in fact, Grandma and I have been gathering letters all evening. Feast your eyes on this. One of the girls said that the letter just showed up on her bed, as if out of nowhere. I returned to my quarters to check if I had received something similar, but there was nothing to be found. At first I thought a simple oversight, but after asking around, I learned that there were more than a few others who, like me, had been overlooked. Suspicious letters? Whatever are you talking about? I've not received anything of the sort. Now that you mention it, however, I did observe some of the seminarians tossing out crumpled slips of paper. Perhaps maybe these are the letters you seek. Oh, I'm missing someone. Oh. Wait, can I look at this? A flimsy slip of paper with hastily penned accusations written upon it, alleging that our Commandant Dizamail is responsible for Ulah's kidnapping. Ah, Siri, did your search prove fruitful? Yeah. Excellent. Let's take a closer look and see what we can discern. How curious. It appears our culprit has gone through the trouble of writing and distributing 3 distinctly different versions of the letter. The first reads, as illustrated by the recent abduction that has taken place within these sacred halls. Our Commandant will stop at nothing to eliminate those who stand in his way. Such blatant disrespect of our teachings must not be tolerated. The second says, it is one thing to disagree with the opinions of your fellow seminarians. It is quite another to abuse one's influence to have your ideological opponents removed. Ulah, a firm believer in the teachings of Volume 11 of the Articles of Hellenic Polity, and staunch advocate of equality, fell victim to our Commandant's treachery. The villain cannot go unpunished. And last but not least, Ulah's copy of Volume 11 was discovered in the prefect's room shortly after the girl's disappearance. Oh, and only that dude's friend, me, and Briarden know that. This, more than anything, proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that our Commandant is guilty. While the final letter at least offers an argument, it is hardly a compelling one. Correct me if I'm mistaken, but aren't there several copies of the Articles of Hellenic Polity sitting on our library shelves? Well, I can't speak to why a commandant would have one in the first place. The book found in his quarters could have been any of those. Lacey, when you spoke with Ula earlier, did she mention anything about Volume 11? I didn't think of it at the time, but while Ula was recovering in the infirmary, she asked her to retrieve her copy from her room. When I went to look for it, it wasn't there. Which would mean the tome was removed unbeknownst to her. So it would seem. After all, she testified that when the two thugs seized her at the marketplace, she had nothing on her person but a pocket of gil. Presumably, the book was still in her quarters then. It would be one thing if the book had disappeared with Ula, but for someone to sneak into her room and remove it after the fact? Why, it's as if the culprit intended to use it to frame our commandant all along. Why, I bet my last gil you're right, and that's the reason none of us received a letter. We're the only people who would be able to confirm with Ula that the book had been pilfered from a room. But who would go to such great lengths to frame a commandant? That's our Theo, always trying to help his fellow man, even as that man is all that stands between him and the top of the class. It's enough to leave a girl smitten, isn't it, Lacey? Well, what are you talking about? I'm not smitten. I just admire him for his kind heart is all. But Lacey, why did she dash off like that? Has she taken ill? In a matter of speaking, I'll go and make sure she's okay. Oh dear. Well, whatever it is, I hope she recovers quickly. In the meantime, we need to put our heads together if we hope to get out of this mess. Sari, what do you think? Why would anyone go to such lengths to implicate our commandant? I mean, you gotta blame someone, right? But of course, none say the kidnapper, him or herself. Wait, none say the kidnapper, him or herself, would have such a strong motive to concoct this convoluted plan. Which raises the possibility that the kidnapping was not but a plot to have our commandant expelled in the first place. In other words, if we can track down the person behind these letters, we'll have ourselves the culprit behind Ula's abduction. We must inform Inspector Briarden straight away. He's currently conducting an investigation at the vault, you say? Let's make our way there with all speed. Oh, I said that a little firmly with this one for him. Theo needs to be more soft-spoken. My bad. Alright, we're going to the vault. Oh man. Flashbacks to Nam. Okay. Oh wait, he's over here. What the fuck? Hey, where's Lacey? Lacey's quicker than she looks. I gave up my search when it became evident that I had no chance of finding her. It was just on my way back when, lo and behold, who would I see but you three? That's him, over there. Ah, it's you. What brings you all the way here? Do you have something to report? Oh yes, big time. I see. Show me these letters. I shall determine they are suspicious as you insist. This is everything we've been able to find. have no idea what my character's saying. The author goes out of his way to mention that Olaf's copy of Volume 11 was found in our confidence room. The fool, in his feeble plot to frame the prefect, he has only incriminated himself. I trust that you too have put these pieces together. Yeah. Because only you and I knew that, and it's the guy's friend. You have proven an able associate, indeed. It is from here, however, that the real work begins. Should any time you begin to feel your powers of concentration waver, or your attention to detail slip, you need but do this. Take a deep breath, and focus your eyes into the distance. In that moment, the solution will appear before you. Like that. The game is afoot, and if we intend to win the day, we must remain vigilant. Now, let's get our man. Oh shit, we're gonna find him right now? I thought I would get this stuff like as the final conclusion, but oh, okay. Hold on, I gotta see this. Where is it? Spectacles. Oh wait, she does like that. So smug, I love it. That reminds me, hold on, I did pick up a... Wait, didn't I? I have reflect and endure. Oh, and ponder. Hang on, y'all, because I thought I picked up a... I exchanged my tomes for it, and I know I didn't... Where is it? It can't be in my armory chest. There's no way it's in there, right? What the fuck? I had spent like a bunch of tomes to get like a friggin' emote from that current thing that's happening right now, unless I'm missing it right now. Where is it? I don't think I popped it though, that's the thing. Point, poke, pouch, stretch, air quotes me, water flip, spectacles, converse. Unless it was one of those, I have to take a look when I'm done. I'm gonna be so pissed though. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, I get the clothes. Before we begin pursuing our man in earnest, answer me this. Can any of you tell me where Ulah's copy of Volume 11 currently is? The name is found in our commandant's room, though for all we know, that could be complete and utter bollocks. Sari, I see you managed to keep your word to a Labrasaur. Very good. Allow me to enlighten the rest of you. The tome is currently in my possession. Labrasaur discovered in our commandant's room, and turned it over to us in secret, for fear it would fuel the ongoing rumors. Now, knowing what you do, it is time to put your minds to the test. What do you surmise is the relationship between our talented writer friend and the thief that lifted the book from Ulah's quarters? They're not related. I'm assuming they're one and the same. A sensible deduction. The planting of the book in a commandant's quarters and the subsequent distribution of these letters were both carried out to a common end. To implicate the prefect in Ulah's abduction and force his expulsion. It was stand to reason that the perpetrators are either working in tandem or in fact are one and the same. While that in itself does not reveal the identity of the culprit, it does lead us to our next question. Who would have been able to enter and exit Ulah's room unnoticed? The perpetrator was able to move quickly and not draw attention to themselves in the act, leading me to believe our book snatcher had easy access to all rooms within the dormitory. How, you might ask? Keys. Something only 3 people currently possess. Father Chatrois, and the prefects are Commandant and Labrasaur. So one of them is a culprit? But which could it be? It must have been. It couldn't be. Oh man, I'm assuming it's the dude, the one who just basically outright told us, oh yeah, I want him expelled. I know, it was a Commandant. Think about it. It explains why he was so adamant in refusing our help. But what sense is there in him stealing the book when the only thing it would serve to do is implicate him in a crime he may not have been even committed? Then that leaves Labrasaur, as the only other person aside from the inspector and Sari who came into contact with the book. I'd say he's a prime suspect. It certainly is suspicious, but what motive could he possibly have? If only there was a way we could glean the answer. Sari, I hear they possess a great gift, one which you employ to reveal long-hidden truths about our nation. Might you not be able to use this power to shine some light on the matter at hand? It does not work like that. It just does it randomly. It's not, sometimes it's just triggered by random shit. So it is not yours to control. I guess that means we'll have to need to rely on our own wits to obtain the answers we seek. Fortunately, I have an idea of my own, but I'll need your help to see it through. Well then, Theo, let us put this idea of yours into action. Last I heard, a Commandant and Labrasaur have taken refuge in Zamail Manor. Let's make our way there, post-haste. I'll leave it to you to see that the bumblings of those 3 do not interfere with the final stage of my investigation at the vault. But do not tarry long. With Father Chatrois throwing his full support behind the petition, our Commandant has but a few bells before his name is permanently struck from the registry. I shall do what I can to see that proceedings are delayed, but I cannot guarantee it. It will buy us all the time we need. Godspeed, Sari. I'll see you at the hearing. Oh shit. Wait. Oh, I'm an idiot. I went over here. When he's supposed to be the pillars. God damn it. Oh shit, he's like way over there. Then somebody's up there. Yep. Why is this guy on the floor? As you can see, our Common and I are discussing important matters at the moment. You send the report, but return later. No, I say this is pretty important. Findings. Huh. As if anything you four managed to dig up can help me now. The hearing is about to begin. My fate is as good as sealed. There's still time, our Commandant. Earlier you pledged your innocence to us. Let us pledge it once more. At the hearing, before one and all. The truth shall speak for itself. The truth? You expect those fools to see the truth when this evidence to the contrary is staring them in the face? How do you think this plan your pea-sized minds have concocted will succeed where all Ebersor's best attempts have failed? We will succeed, our Commandant. For it is not just I that stands with you, but the hero who brought to light the truth behind our very nation. Yes, there is nothing that she has not seen. Surely you understand the implications of this, don't you, Ebersor? Wait. Sari has the ability to peer into events of the past. Indeed, it was through her visions that Ishgard's true origins were brought to light. Huh. You need to say no more. She has already used her vaunted power to see that I was the one behind it all. Oh my god! He baited him! Yes, it was I that kidnapped Ula. It was I that snuck into her room and stole volume 11. And it was I that distributed the letters. All so that I might implicate our Commandant. He wasn't a friend. I really thought he was a friend who was trying to cover his ass, but no! He's a backstabber. How satisfying it is to finally be able to say it out loud. For so long I have had to plot my revenge in silence, and mask my hatred of you with hollow praise and bashful smiles. Ebersor, what man is this you speak? You truly are oblivious, aren't you? Then allow me to enlighten you. After all the transgressions your family has committed against mine, did you truly think I would remain loyal to you? For centuries your house has humiliated us. It was something we'd come to accept, but when the wall between the nobility and the common class came tumbling down, we were met with the most harrowing truth of all. That all our suffering had been for naught. Everything we grew up believing about our status was a fabrication. Tall tales spun to keep us complacent. In reality, you know better than the two broom rats beside you. You never were. It was a terrible realization, but one that also gave me hope. Hope that you could be taken down, just as any other. That's when I began plotting. Ula's abduction, the letters, and the rumors they spurred. All was part of my master plan. To bring shame and dishonor on you and your family, as you have mine. I've staked everything, yes, even my very freedom. But it was worth it to give you a taste of our pain. This guy's like shocked, like what? What's more, I've bribed the two kidnappers into abducting Ula with money from your purse. And having entrusted the management of your finances to me, you never suspected a thing. Ebersor, I can only imagine the pain you have endured, but to seek revenge in this way. Nevertheless, I thank you for confessing to your crimes. Now we can absolve our Commandant of the false charges brought against him. Well, wait a minute. You mean that she didn't actually see into the past? You deceived me. If you'll recall, Theo never explicitly said that Sari had a vision of what happened to Ula. He merely observed that she possesses such an ability. Truth be told, it is not even a power that can be controlled at will. Now then, our Commandant, I suppose that's all the proof of innocence you'll need. Let's escort Ebersor to the hearing and have him repeat his most dramatic confession before the headmistress. Oh, that dude's in stunned silence. I never saw it. The hatred, I mean. How could I have been so blind? We've been friends from childhood, and never for a moment did I question his loyalty. What a fool I was. How did I think I could stand at the forefront of our nation, when I was so oblivious to that which was happening under my very nose? Our Commandant, pray do not torture yourself so. Rather, open your heart and allow Haloni's wisdom to set you free. Once you come to St. Labrasar, not only as your friend, but as your peer, I promise that the both of you will find a way to mend any bonds that have been broken. Of the Fury's love will all men receive, and by the balance of her spirit will all be set free. You truly believe those words, don't you? You cling to them, even when reality does all it can to prove you wrong. I suppose it is that unwavering faith that your friends find so endearing. Now then, it is time for me to put my own faith to the test, and face my fate head-on. May the Fury have mercy. So, what are we right around here for? We have a hearing to attend. I'll meet you two there. There's something I must confirm with the inspector first. Siri, I cannot shake the feeling that this affair runs far deeper than any of us could have imagined. If you would, please accompany a Commandant to his hearing, and see to it that nothing goes awry in my absence. Oh, man. So I was a friend the whole time. I was suspicious of the wrong guy. I mean, I thought it was just he was just covering his friend's ass, but no. Turns out he was the one behind stabbing him in the butt. Alright, Mr. Deacon, sir. Wait, is the deacon a male or female? Oh, it's a lady. Oh, okay. I must say, Master Labrasar, that I am extremely disappointed that anyone, much less a student of our upstanding establishment, would commit such atrocities. I am truly at a loss for words. Headmistress Elvian, if I may, do you not find the timing of these confessions being incredibly convenient? It is as if Master Labrasar here has been coerced into admitting to crimes he himself didn't commit. Let us not rush to condemn a man who may very well be innocent. Oh my god! We must also keep in mind that this incident will have repercussions that extend beyond the Scholasticate. Distrust of our church has never been so high. If we were to expel either one of our prefects, both of whom have strong ties to House Zamail, we will lose any credibility our establishment still has in the eyes of the citizens. To this end, I would propose an alternative plan. We'll make a full disclosure of this scandal to the public, together with an announcement that St. Endelum Scholasticate will be temporarily closed. It is past time we push for all reformation of the school and its curriculum. Oh shit. And there it is, the confession I've been waiting for. Oh, Briarden. Confession? Master Briarden, explain yourself. From the start, I had my suspicions that someone was pulling strings behind the scenes. Someone who had secured a high enough position within the clergy to manipulate the students in the system. I pored through records, closely examining any who fit the description. It was no easy task, but I finally found what I was searching for, and combined with the confession the innocent obtained from Labrasar, I was able to uncover the true culprit. I speak of you, Satana. And I do not call you father, for you are no priest. The documents admitting you into your current position were all forged. Forged? Well, I mean, I knew he was the one that was all for getting the guy expelled, but I didn't know he was behind it all. You manipulated Leversora into carrying out what you yourself could not. You stirred up discord among the students, and fomented the people's distrust of the clergy in the hopes of creating an even greater rift between the people of Ishgard and the clergy. All in the hopes of seeing the Scholasticate closed down once and for all. But I do not understand. Why would Father Satras seek the ruin of the Scholasticate? The answer to that would lie in his past. Over a decade ago, Satras graduated top of his class and was welcomed into the ranks of the Holy See. It was there he was assigned work as an expurgator. Wait, what? As an expurgator? I don't know what the fuck that is. Expurgator. What are you talking about? Oh, what are you taking about? In all my years serving the Holy See, I'd never heard of such a post. I would be more surprised if you had. Her holy body of decency, a sector that is comprised of a few select individuals, is perhaps the best kept of Ishgard's many secrets. Its existence is known only to a handful of people, besides the Archbishop himself. I am impressed, Master Briarden. It would seem your reputation is well deserved. Though I must correct you on one account. I am no expurgator, but rather one of the so-called watchmen consigned to guard them. That said, we shared a similar fate. Both the expurgator and watchman alike were struck from official records, and confined in the bowels of the Holy See, damned to live out our lives in the shadows as pallid husks of the men and women we could have been. All so that someday we might fulfill one task. Where written records were deemed too dangerous, expurgators would serve as living documents, orally passing down our nation's greatest secrets. When the time came for the Archbishop's successor to ascend the throne, we would briefly emerge from our isolation to pass from our mouths to their ears all we knew of Ishgard before sinking back into obscurity. Of course, no high-born man or woman would be condemned to this fate. No, this was the destiny reserved for commoners, orphans with no ties to the world above. 7 hells. So the truth hadn't come to light. Theo and I... Men and women forced to sacrifice their own lives, that our nation's darkest secrets might be preserved forever unbeknownst to her people. I could scarce believe my ears. Father Satran, the friend you spoke of. Yes, he was an expurgator. Such anguish did his duties cause him that he chose death over that wretched excuse of a life. And while a new era is upon us, one that does not condemn the innocent to a life of despair for the sake of one man, it does not undo the justice for 1,000 years. It was to right the wrongs of the past that I escaped that foul dungeon and made my way back to the place where it all began. This twisted institution, the place responsible for stealing the bright futures of young orphans, needs to be closed down for good. Father Satra, your actions are heinous and I can in no way condone them. That said, if there is truth to what you say, perhaps it would be best for us to suspend all lessons until we can reach a consensus as to how we might proceed. But Headmistress Elvian, would not closing down the Scholasticate be akin to evading our responsibility as men and women of the clergy? It is our duty to speak the truth, not bury it. For too long the people have been fed naught but lies. It is time we took the initiative and gave them reason to put their faith in us once more. I must agree with Theomacent. As I have learned firsthand, we must take care never to abuse our power and privilege, lest we hurt the people closest to us. To keep silent would be to repeat the mistakes of our past. The only way we can move forward is to take responsibility for our actions, and make an earnest effort to reach out to those we have wronged. While we may never receive forgiveness, at least we can attempt to atone for any anguish we may have caused those that did not deserve it. If it is true that all men are born equal, as I have heard so many in this room preach time and time again, then all are entitled to know the truth. Let us lead by example and freely share all that we have learned here today. Father Satron, while I cannot pretend to understand your ordeal or soothe the fury that has taken hold in your heart, I can promise you one thing. I swear on Father Chasseau's copy of the Parable of Saint Danaphin that not you, nor any of those who shared your fate, will ever again be forgotten. Now, thus all is laid before the public, the atrocities suffered by the expurgatory and watchmen alike, along with the hand of the Scholasticate and the Holy See. Ah, shit, I didn't get to read it fast enough. Well, at least you guys can pause and go back. So it was that a new path was forged that day, one that would be renewed faith in the church and its teachings, where the citizens would come to learn that all men should be regarded as equal, but not only in the eyes of Halone, but also by one another. Holy shit. And is that it? Was that the last of it? Siri, thank you for restoring peace to the Scholasticate. You reminded us that there is a world behind these doors that relies as much upon us as we do them. You have opened our eyes and shown us that destiny is but the choices we make. If we are strong and persevere, I have no doubt we can rebuild the Scholasticate and regain the people's trust. Sari, now that all your work here is done, I suppose the time for farewells is upon us. Will you be departing Ishgard immediately? It's sad to say farewell, but let's send you and the inspector off in style. Ah, there's my trusted associate. I feared I might not be able to bid you a proper farewell before I left. On behalf of my uncle, allow me to thank you for all your hard work. There's still so much fighting and bickering going on. Couldn't you stay with us for just a bit longer? I fear that there are more pressing mysteries and that demand my attention. Not to mention a certain young lady in Old Daw who awaits... Ah, there it is. There it is. He's mentioning the girl he's waiting for. A certain young lady in Old Daw who awaits my return. Oh, another client of yours, I take it. Theo, is your head screwed on backwards? He's talking about his... Tactless fools, the both of you. But I suppose you're nothing if not sincere. Huh, Theo? And while I admit that naivety is one of your more endearing traits, combined with the blundering of that idiot beside you, it's like us not to bring the Scholasticate to ruin. That's why you'll need someone with extensive knowledge of the affairs of Ishgard, and the proper connections to actually bring about the change you seek. Someone like me. The words of a man looking to steal his way into our dear Theo's heart. Haha. Blacy, Lee, it seems you've got a competition. Oh, whoa. The fear take you all. Call me what you will, but Theo would never replace me with anyone, much less a conniving snake like our Commandant. How refreshing it is to hear such playful banter among my friends. It would seem our worries are finally behind us. Before we celebrate, however, there's one last thing. Blissey, I'd like to thank you for your support. Were it not for your meticulous notes and sharp eyes, Ula would still be missing. I like how that dude kind of started posing when he was staring at him. Well, all's well that ends well. Sari, Inspector, words are not enough to express our gratitude. It was only because of you that we were able to unmask the perpetrator and restore Reese to our school. Just as Father Chiso brought you to us in Gorien Mills, whatever, I cannot help but feel Halone guided you to us in our time of need. We hope to one day repay the kindness you have shown us by rebuilding the Scholasticate. When next you visit, we hope she will have retaken her place as the nation's top establishment of higher learning, and once again serve to light the people's way back to the halls of Halone. Our fair nation has seen her share of tragedy and rumor and turmoil, but I take heart in knowing that there are those such as yourself to watch over her, and see that she does not stray from her course. Till we meet again. And it's done. Alright, we finished the thing. New Game Plus. Nice. Well, I even would call it now right here, but man, we finished it though. That was actually pretty good. I very much enjoyed it. Alright, so gonna call it a night. Obviously I'm tired. But this is exactly what I needed. I needed that break, and it felt good to finish that storyline. It was better than I thought it'd be. A little shame that it doesn't feel like Briarden really took part much of it, but I mean, it was so cool to have him show up though. Alright, so with that, maybe hopefully next time I'll be able to do some leveling for Arcanist or Rogue, whichever is going to be. We can, next time we do a chill, it'd be doing the quests for those jobs. Alright, so that, good night, and see you guys next time. Bye bye.